Phil, we've been gathered here today with the likes of David Wheater and the Mayor of Bolton. Can you just tell us a bit about what's been going on today?
We've planted 2 trees and the reason for that is that we've been doing that in memory of 2 of our players who were serving soldiers during World War I, both of whom lost their lives. That was William Wallace and Harold Greenhalgh. We had a number within our team who were serving in the war at that time. 10 players came back, 2 players didn't. And this is part of a project entitled Football Remembers, and working in partnership with the Woodland Trust and the National Football Museum and all the footballing bodies. Trees have been grown to be distributed to football teams right across the country. 1 tree for every player who also was a serving soldier and who lost their lives. In our case, it was 2.
And how good of an idea do you think that is?
I think it's brilliant because it's a living legacy now. Those trees around the Nat Lofthouse statue, that's our area of remembrance anyway. We've got lots of plaques on the floor there where we remember loved ones who've died over the years, and it seems very fitting and a great tribute to those 2 players who served their country and sacrificed so much, and in this 100th anniversary to remember them in that way.
Particularly 100 years on from the First World War, how important is it to remember those 2 players? Of course they gave their lives for the country.
Yeah, well, thousands of people did, and it's good that we remember the 2 that are close to us as a club. And I think that you know, it's very important as part of the remembrance that we've got this weekend that we think about the sacrifice that was made in order for our freedom today. And the very fact that we've got these silhouettes also in the stand is very important as well, because there was just ordinary men and women who lost their lives, some serving, some who were civilians, thousands and thousands of people who were killed. So to have these silhouettes in the stand surrounded by the poppies is just a reminder that, you know, there was people that are there but not there, people who lost their lives often very young and who never had that opportunity to see their children grow up, their grandchildren and so on.
The Wanderers players will be wearing poppies on their shirt on Saturday, and of course the minute silence before the game. Is that another sort of annual tradition that's important to be kept up?
I think very much so, you know, to remind people of all the sacrifices that people made, not just in World War I, but in World War II and of course in recent conflicts. And we'll have military personnel there who have been serving recently, some of whom are still serving, some who have been injured in recent conflicts, and also family representatives who are going to be there who have lost sons, daughters, aunties, uncles, cousins whilst they've been serving in the war. So it's important that we remember them as well as those that served in World War I.
And we understand the referee will be using a special commemorative coin before the game that will be auctioned off afterwards. Will you just tell us a bit more about that?
Yes, this is actually the coin that will be used. This coin has been commissioned as part of the remembrance for the 100th anniversary, and the idea is that this will be used for the coin toss at the beginning of the game, and we've got an injured soldier who's going to pass this to the referee before our game at Swansea, and then we will auction that off along with the poppy shirts to raise money for the Royal British Legion.